Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back to your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we're going to be talking about Ripple and XRP as well as the vast majority of crypto. So let's just dive in and let's start off with this tweet here from Zero Hedge. So I seen this earlier today and I could not relate more to a tweet. Even around the XRP community, although I know that there's a ton of XRP supporters out there, I want you all to understand that there's a ton of misconceptions around how XRP will be utilized, how XRP is being utilized, and so much more. But also, it's like that with every currency and every project within this space, because everybody wants to have this great idea on how things are going to look in 5, 10, 15, 20 years. Bitcoin is one of those biggest, like one of the bigger arguments out there because it's been around for so long. There's been so many individuals that got rich off of it, and it is still the number one biggest token within crypto. But Zero Hedge posted this, and he did say Bitcoin has lots of promise and can be lots of things. One thing I don't think it'll be is currency for first world countries. Because by nature, countries need currency that can be multiplied in order to scale, imagine the inequalities for future generations if Bitcoin became reserve currency. Interesting to me how so many are taking this personally like I'm not an advocate for Bitcoin. Proves we can't even have an honest discussion about this problem needed to be solved. This is the issue. And yes, a lot of individuals think that, Bitcoin is going to become the reserve currency of the world and this and that. But honestly, the truth of the matter is that no crypto is going to be the reserve currency of the world. And even XRP. I've actually talked about XRP in the way that I perceive it to be utilized. I actually think that its best use case, the greatest potential around XRP, will be its bridge currency standard. Because as every single major nation is talking about a CBDC or stablecoins or any sort of digital means of fiat, guess what is needed? And I mean 100% needed. Well, a bridge currency. It needs to be able to, like, all of these currencies need to be able to settle with one another. And XRP solves that. And in fact, it is one of the largest use cases out there. But we constantly see hate around XRP. In fact, a known Bitcoin maxi, Mark Moss, which also, by the way, supported Ethereum during 2018, right before the SEC inquiry on Ethereum happened, and he even said Ethereum price responding to EOS recent price surge. I expect the SEC inquiry on Ethereum happening on Monday to be highly publicized and positive. If bullish news comes out, Ethereum will rocket. And did you ever notice that a lot of the Bitcoin and even the Ethereum maxis, they all hate XRP? Like we do see here, imagine being in the XRP army and hanging your entire bull thesis on helping banks transfer money faster instead of embracing Bitcoin freedom money. Guess what? One of the largest use cases around crypto is actually making money move faster and also settling money a lot faster. Because guess what? In 2023, settling money is one of the largest issues that we are facing. Did you ever look at Swift Go? Did you ever see David Schwartz's argument point around how Swift Go is still flawed? There really isn't much change at all happening. It's because it allows for rapid payment, but it doesn't allow for rapid settlement. Rapid settlement is one of the biggest key components that are missing from the traditional system. When you look at the financial system, it has not been updated in decades. We add flashy things like debit and credit cards, and we add, rapid payments, but there is no fundamental change to the inefficiencies around it. That's why I made this tweet. And I said, I feel bad for so many that are missing out on the technological advancement of how value is created, moved, and settled. This is an opportunity that you simply can't put a valuation on because it is limitless. I see a lot of individuals talking about short-term price targets on XRP, and I personally love to talk about short-term price targets on XRP as well. I actually think that XRP is going to shock a lot of people. I think that everyone has pretty much wrote XRP off from creating a new all-time high, and I think that that's comical. But When we look at the long term of XRP and the long term of crypto itself, and I mean utility crypto tokens, it truly is limitless on where they can go. Because again, as we look at what's happening around the traditional world of finance, I do believe that we are on the brink of a technological advancement like we've never seen in our entire lifetime. And ultimately speaking, it will be a generational opportunity. And I know that everyone hates that saying because we've been hearing about this generational opportunity, this generational wealth transfer for so long. But the truth of the matter is we are nearing that point. I do think that we are getting closer as days go by. And within the next couple of years, I would argue maybe 3 to 5 years, maybe even less than that, we are going to see a significant change happen. And it's going to be a change that if you are not here for it, if you are not preparing for it, then you are going to be left behind. And I feel bad for those people. But we are already seeing the change happening, right? Tranglo is a great example of this. I've seen Wrath of Kahneman actually post this over on Twitter, and it's a thread breakdown of the big change happening around payments. But you know what's crazier about this is that everyone is always focused on what Ripple is doing when it comes to XRP's value. But I say there's a huge misconception. Outside of what Ripple is doing, which I love, by the way, we'll talk about it. There's also a massive ecosystem, and it's called the XRP Ledger. And the XRP Ledger is creating value every single day. And there's incredible amounts of opportunity there as well. I talked about tokenization as a service. There is so much opportunity there. I mean, the values are in trillions and trillions and trillions. It truly is incredible. But when you look at how many accounts there are for XRP, there's 4.6 million accounts. Now, mind you, there could be double accounts. People could have 2 accounts, 3 accounts, 4 accounts, who knows, right? But this is 4.6 million accounts holding XRP. Think about how crazy that is. And we do see over here accounts, right? And you can see the total XRP in accounts. You can see with 0 balances, there's about 1,000. There was also a full-on breakdown of accounts as well if you want to look into that. I just don't care to look into that just at this moment. My whole point of this is the fact that there was such the amount of individuals holding XRP or even holding utility grade tokens is so small. It's a minimal amount. And again, even like general public, it's such a small amount of the general public that even understands and fundamentally realizes what's happening around payments and finance. Which takes me to this next point, right? So there's so much happening on the XRP ledger, but then also when you combine it with Ripple, what Ripple is doing is changing the way payments are made. And again, it's more so how value is created, moved, and settled. The internet of value is probably one of the biggest opportunities of our lifetime. And we do see from Wrath of Kahneman, this is payments by numbers. There's 3 use cases here that are being targeted: remittances, SME payments, and treasury flows. Now, as we look down here, they hit on 3 partners that are doing these 3 use cases. Remittances, Tranglo. SME payments, Navati. Treasury, People. These are great use cases. These are 3 incredible use cases. And when we look down here, we do see this is important framing and clarifying, as these are major partner/investment accounts from the last couple of years that are using RippleNet and XRP. Or announcements, sorry, not accounts. There are other partners, of course, but these are the XRP users. And the brochure touts 5 benefits of using XRP for payments. Each use case emphasizes different benefits, and so in order. And here are the 5. No pre-funding. Huge thing. Again, when you look at instant settlement, liquidity, all of that, no pre-funding is a game changer. In fact, it is probably one of the best benefits of utilizing XRP for payments. And then faster payments as well. Real-time settlement. Huge. Fundamental use case value. Anytime access, lower cost, new markets. All of these 5 benefits are much larger than what anyone can anticipate. And we do see down here remittances. Tranglo is the key partner here, noting use of on-demand liquidity rails in the Philippines, primarily with more corridors being introduced, XRP benefits, lower cost, faster payments. And yes, Tranglo is doing incredible things. They recently had Easy Remit be a full-on breakdown use case potential on, or not use case potential, but user of their use case on Tranglo. And yes, this does include on-demand liquidity with Ripple. And then also Tranglo also posted this today. We moved money across 30 countries, simplifying payments for millions of businesses and consumers. Again, this is bridging those borders, utilizing on-demand liquidity with Ripple. And when we look over here as well, going down, they do also mention SME payments. Nevada uses it for SMEs, B2B, touting the agility to meet vendor/supply payments. Helpful to see given breadth of Nevada's efforts, including AUDD, launched on Stellar. They're bootstrapping exporter B2B processes with speed. Again, lower cost, new markets. And then last but not least, Treasury with people. Our liquidity and working capital is precious. Now that Ripple has helped us to free it up, we can deploy that capital much more efficiently towards growth. This is huge. This is huge for any business. All of these use cases, everything that we are seeing around this is value creation. And we do see, so skipping these first two ones, I just want to go to context. When Ripple changed their marketing and clarified their pitch to 3 offerings, exporter payment, crypto liquidity, CBDCs, the XRP community wondered where XRP fits in. This document falls under the exporter payments wing and details how XRP is a part of it. And here we have organizing how they're addressing the market is a bit of a challenge. So this is helpful to map it out. Sure, there are other ways the XRP ledger might be used, CBDCs or XRP within the liquidity hub, but this is the payments approach. And I think there's more to come with tokenization. So as we look at those 3 use cases, that's where XRP is going to fit into this entire process. The old scheme always talked about, just on-demand liquidity itself and how, value is going to be settled. But here are the 3 use cases, from personal remits to SMEs to something institutional and treasury movements. I wonder to what degree this represents an expansion of XRP use heading towards banks. And again, we don't know. We don't have an insight on just how big this will be for banks because, again, there's not a bank utilizing XRP yet. We don't have full-on regulatory clarity for banks to utilize XRP yet. But what happens when we get that? What happens when, banks start lining up to utilize XRP? And a lot of people will call me crazy for, saying that that's going to happen. But we just talked about this with Bank of America. They are waiting. They are patiently waiting on the sidelines to utilize this because it gives them a major competitive advantage. So think about that. So think about what banks are going to do when the first bank goes live utilizing Ripple products with XRP tied to it. You are going to have banks scrambling to utilize this tech. That's why, I don't really care about short-term price targets just yet. I care about the price once adoption's there, once true utility is live. And also, I wanted to include this video from Zago as well. Zago Technologies mainly use XRP. Shout out to RizXRP for this, but listen closely to this video of the CEO talking about Zago and how they source XRP.
Have you adopted all the currencies? What are your main currencies?
Are fine. Fiat currencies are fine. We use mainly XRP, Ripple XRP.
Ripple, yeah.
But we do it for a good reason. It's very quick. And the cost of transacting is quite low, or very low. So typically we're only in crypto for 7 seconds. That's it.
7 seconds.
7 seconds. That's it. So we're in and out. So you put your rand in, and your pounds out, and it's gone from rands to XRP, XRP to pounds.
Are you looking at expanding to other digital assets, perhaps Tether, USD,
We
Bitcoin?
do USDC in the US. We do US dollars already, euros and pounds. The next one is going to be Mauritian rupees and hopefully Kenyan shillings. And then we've got literally a list of 41 to do.
Right.
In Africa.
So if I have Ripple, can I then just transfer my Ripple straight to the UK if I needed to do it instead of, or do I have to first take Rand to Ripple, then Ripple to pound?
If you already have Ripple, you can load your XRP into Zago and convert it to pounds and withdraw it to a bank account in the UK.
Wow, you see, these are the kind of things we need solutions that solve problems that we don't know.
And, the crazy thing about this is that this technology is still so new. Like, a lot of people overlook that area. When you explain this technology to some people, they just like are shocked by it. They're like, wow, like, is this really a thing? Like, for an example, we just talked about it recently in a video where $755 million. Let me rephrase that. $755 million was moved in 4 seconds, settled in 4 seconds for 1 penny. Mind you, go to PayPal, go to Venmo, go to Cash App, do an ACH transfer, do a wire transfer of $755 million. Obviously, this is a hypothetical scenario. And tell me what fee you are paying. I could guarantee you it's well over 1 cent. I can tell you that right now. From experience, I mainly use TransferWise for a lot of my business payments. I send money all around the world. Just to move $5,000 wire transfer-wise, you're paying well over $30. So think about that. I'm paying more on a transfer of $5,000 than somebody who made $755 million move and get settled utilizing XRP. I want to give you guys these examples because it truly is something special when you put it into, you know, a scenario like that and kind of compare and contrast just how broken the traditional world is. Even though we have these flashy digital payment apps like PayPal, Cash App, Venmo, etc., ultimately speaking, guess what? It means nothing because the process itself is still fundamentally broken because you don't have instant settlement. You're still utilizing old age technology, so the fees are still there. There's a lot of issues. There's still, you know, that friction there. So all of this, it's still, there's no big change happening. That's why, again, when we look at what's happening around crypto, specifically even with XRP and how XRP is being sourced through Ripple clients and even how Ripple sources XRP, it is an absolute game changer. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, to notifications on if you guys want more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord in the description below. As always, up to you all. Have a beautiful day or a beautiful night wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. This has been Nick. Peace out, guys.